I've spent the majority of my life praying for, serving, leading, and loving the local church. I know the biblical importance of the body of Christ to every believer and every believer to the body of Christ. Subsequently, I'm passionate about equipping and strengthening the church. And when I say church, I mean the loving relationships God has given me in my local context primarily. This is because the local church is where we will actually live out all the one another commands we read in the Bible in genuine loving relationships with other people of God's choosing. This will include relationships within the broader global church as well, which I'm very grateful for. But one thing is for certain, it is far more than philosophical or some sort of general love for a random person or people. The church is where we walk out real life relationships with ups and downs and joy and sorrow. The local church is where we have commitment despite conflict, perseverance despite pain, and unity within diversity. All of this happens in real time, in real life relationships with other people made in the image of God, brothers and sisters placed in your spiritual family along with you by God our Father. The prerequisite for benefiting from this new spiritual family is presence. You have to be present. God, by His Spirit, has sent you a formal invitation to the body of Christ, the church, through His Son, Jesus Christ. Our invitation to church might as well read like this: your presence is requested this Sunday because of what Jesus has done to make you a part of His body. Who benefits from your presence? Everyone. You do. The church you're a part of does, and the world you will encounter day after day does. The same goes for your absence, however. Who suffers because of your absence? Everyone. You do. The church you're a part of does, and the world you will encounter day after day does. I cannot overstate the importance of your presence with the people of your local church in God's presence together. When you are missing, something is missing in your life and the life of the body you're supposed to be an integral part of. One major deficiency will be encouragement. Where we are lacking in encouragement, we will also be lacking in strength and zeal. These are all necessary to live a God-honoring life, and they are found in the context of relationships that God graciously gives us within His body, the church. Are you discouraged? Are you weak? Are you struggling with apathy? The cure is not a few extra hours of sleep on a Sunday morning. It is being present in the presence of God with your spiritual family. Without the encouragement that comes from the worship, the teaching of the Word, and the fellowship of the local church, hardship becomes meaningless and our will to go on will wane. But when we commit to being present in the body of Christ, God will meet us right where we are and encourage us to keep pressing forward for His name's sake. I want to encourage you to be present in your local church, to look for God to equip you, encourage you, strengthen you, transform you, and sanctify you outside of this context is an exercise in futility. Instead, let's be all in, fully present, so we can be the beautiful body of Christ that God has called us to be.